Hello Year 3, this is your art video for today. Now we're doing something a little bit different. Miss Dunn's trying out her new ways of technology. So I've got a PowerPoint here and I'm going to discuss it with you. So today in art, what we are going to do, we are going to have a look at drawing insects in pencil. Now, our learning object is to use paper to record observations and draw insects. So as we go through the PowerPoint, we'll be able to look in more detail at different insects. So the success criteria for today, to draw details showing that I've looked many times at the photograph. We've got photographs to look at. I can draw a thorax, an abdomen and a head in my insect. So your thorax is the waist down, the bottom part. The abdomen is this part and your head is your head. I can look back on my drawings and discuss my ideas. So maybe you can think about how you can improve it, what you'll do better next time, if you went a little bit too dark, if you went too light. And I want you to draw it on a plain piece of paper. So to record your drawings in a sketchbook. So first of all, what we're going to do, we are going to be looking at some insect art. So these are some pictures here. We have lots of different creatures. Miss Dunn couldn't tell you the names of all these. The only one that Miss Dunn knows the name of is the ladybird. Now, the bottom one looks a little bit like a fly, but you can all see that they've all got a head. You can all see the abdomen part and then the bottom part, which is the thorax. Now, fun fact, insects have 6 legs. So remember that for later on. So some insect art that you might see. These are all very famous pieces of art. You can see this is called Dawn and Twilight. It was made in 1901. Miss Dunn was not alive then, and your parents won't have been alive either. It's a very long time ago. And it looks almost like a butterfly or a fly. And you can see the head, the abdomen, and the thorax as well. Another piece, this is a beautiful piece. It shows lots of insects, but it also shows you different shells. Now, are they seashells? Are they shells that you'd get from insects? Who knows? So this one's called a swallowtail, a red admiral, and other insects with shells and a sprig of borage. So how exciting, this one's very, very detailed, isn't it? Have a good look at it. What different creatures and insects can you see? There's lots and lots of beautiful patterns all on there. My next picture, and it's called the grasshopper. Now this isn't a normal grasshopper, what we'd see in the grass. This one looks like it's made out of metal, and I think it would fit quite well with our story, Stig of the Dump, wouldn't it? You can see it's got a metal head. Its body looks like it's made out of something like of recycled material. So its abdomen is made out of recyclable material, and its legs as well are made out. I can't tell you what they're made out of, but they definitely look like different recyclable materials, don't they? Now this one, these look like beetles. Now these are really, really beautiful. And it looks like these are just paintings. I'm not sure if they're actual sculptures or just paintings, but there's lots of different colours. You can see that they've got 6 legs. You can see that they've got the head, the abdomen and the thorax. And there's lots of different colours included on these as well to make the pieces really, really stand out. Now there's these ones. Now these the top 3 look like they are heads. So different heads of different bugs. And the name of this one is called mutated bugs, so bugs that may have changed over time. So you can really tell the difference in the different types of bugs, different colours, different width of the bugs, different lengths, different sized heads, different sized antennas as well. They're feelers. So let's have a look at some insect facts. Now this is really, really important that you remember these facts. Can you remember that fact that I told you about insects and their legs? How many legs do insects have? If you said 6, you're absolutely right, well done. Let's have a look at insect fact number 1. So it says here, all insects have 3 body parts, a thorax, an abdomen and a head. How interesting. Now let's go over to number 2. It says each body part can be a different size depending on the insect. Some insects have bigger heads, others have bigger thoraxes, and it literally is just like human beings. I am a different size to you, and you are a different size to your parents. Like Miss Dunn says, all the time it would be boring if we was all the same. My next one, insect fact number 3, and it says all insects have 6 legs, and we've discussed that fact already, haven't we? Now, my last fact, super important fact, some have antennas and some have wings. Now, antennas are the things on the insect's heads. They also are named as feelers. Now, these help the insect feel around. Think about if they're going through a tunnel, they can feel around in that tunnel and think, is it too small for me? Can I fit through? Wings. Why do you think they have wings? If you said to fly, you're absolutely correct. It might be to go and get different types of food. It might be to escape from someone that's trying to capture them. Lots of different ways that they might use their wings. Now, what I'd like you to do, I'd just like to take a minute just to think about these 2 questions. You can think of them with a parent or a brother or sister, your siblings, grandparents. So my first question is, what does this mean for spiders? What does this information mean for spiders? Do you think a spider is an insect? It's not an insect. You're absolutely right. Because a spider has 8 legs. And how many legs does an insect have? It has 6 legs. So the name for a spider is, Miss Dunn struggles pronouncing this word, an arthropod. And that is because it's got 8 legs, it's a spider, and it's not classified as an insect. So it says, which animals in these photographs are actually insects? So if we go back to, let's say, this one here, which of these animals are actually insects? Now we can see that a ladybird has 6 legs. 1, and there'll be 1 at the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 1 hidden under here. 5, 6. Now you can see 6 legs on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 legs on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 legs just about on this one too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those 2 at the back. So all those insects there, all those bugs are actually insects. So let's go on to the next part. So it says, what a good insect drawing looks like. Now, I really want you to take your time on this. I want you to think of light and dark strokes of your pencil. So we are going to be drawing one of the insects that I showed you at the beginning with the ladybird on. So if I go back to there, we are going to be drawing one of these pictures. Now, this is these pictures are also on the class page for today as insect drawings, so you can get a really close-up picture. You can zoom in and really have a look about how that insect looks. I'm going to do a very, very quick drawing just to show you how I would do it. So I'll stop sharing my screen and then we can have a quick look all together. So I'm going to have a look at my ladybird. Now, Miss Dunn isn't the best drawer, I'll admit it, but what is important is that I persevere and I try my hardest. So I'm going to draw. Now, Miss Dunn hasn't got the picture up here, so I can't see it, so I'm just doing it from my memory. So I'm doing really light marks here just to sketch out my head. You probably can't see it because it's so light, but I'm going to build upon that later on. And then I'm going to draw the body very, very lightly. And then I'm going to draw the other side of the body. Now what I'll do, so that you can see it, I'll go over it a little bit darker so that you can see it. And you can see here, I've got my body of my ladybird formed. And also my head. So like you saw me do at first, I did really light marks which you can't even see on there. But when I was a little bit more confident and comfortable with the shape I created, I went over a little bit lighter, and then you can see it there. So then what I'd go on to do, I'd go on to drawing my spots, adding more detail to the head. I could draw my legs. So like I said, starting light, you can't see it because it's so light. And then what I'd do, I'd add one leg. And then I'd do the same again, going over those lines that I shaded really lightly. I've got another leg. And then I'm going to do another one for my back leg. And because my ladybird is an insect, how many legs does it have? It has 6. But just unfortunately, my insect, you can't see the other side of it, so you won't be able to see the other 3 legs. I'm looking forward to seeing all your insect pictures uploaded. Please take your time with them. Don't rush. Try your best. And the most important thing is persevere. Take care, Year 3. See you soon.